thing that we've done, it'll never be the same again, really. And that's been the fact.
So the Charlton brothers went back home to Ashington as 1966 world champions, and the following season Bobby also helped Manchester United to another league title. That meant that United and Matt Busby had another shot at the trophy they wanted more than any other, the European Cup. There was a difficult semi-final against Real Madrid, and by half-time in the Santiago Bernabeu stadium, things weren't looking good.
We were winning 1-0 when we arrived, and we unfortunately played badly the first half. Second half, we just found something, and we scored 2 goals. We scored 2 goals, and instead of just being equal to them, we were in the lead, and it was the most emotional match maybe I've ever played in.
And there was more emotion in store for Manchester United in a European Cup final against Benfica at Wembley.
Well, there was a lot of emotion because of Munich, obviously, that we actually got to the final. And we had a really tough game. It was physically tough, it was humid.
Many felt it was Bobby Charlton who made the difference, with a little help from his teammates.
The first one, he had the easiest job in the world, of course, because I crossed the ball for him, and he didn't have really anything else to do but to knock it in the back of the net.
On 79 minutes, Graça equalised for the Portuguese, and once again it was extra time for Charlton at Wembley.
We went into extra time and they collapsed. Benfica collapsed in extra time.
Goals from George Best and Brian Kidd, and then a fourth from Bobby Charlton, meant that at last Manchester United had won the European Cup.
To go there and then lift the European Cup 10 years after Munich was just something just special.
And of course there was a great emotion for Matt Busby because of the accident. It was his players that had died, and here was a new set of lads, and Manchester United was going to be alright, and it was a really lovely night that.
The International Team Trophy for the Team Performance of the Year, presented to you tonight by your brother Jackie.
It was a unique achievement for Bobby Charlton. He became the first player to win a European Cup final as well as a World Cup final.
You can't really compare them, they're different. I mean, if you win the World Cup, it's because you're playing against the best players, and you can literally at the end of it say, oh well, we were the best. And the European Cup, you play with the lads that you work with all the time. England is like a little bonus, you know, because you don't have to play with them all the time. But occasionally you get together and you're playing with the top quality players. The club maybe not, but the club is, you know more about the players that you have at your club. And it was just marvellous.
In 1970, Charlton travelled to Mexico with the England squad. But the defence of the World Cup title ended as he was substituted against Germany. It was revenge for 1966 as Germany overhauled a 2-0 lead to win 3-2. It was a disappointed squad that arrived back at London Heathrow.
It was just circumstances, you know, the ball just seemed to fall right for them at the time that mattered, and it didn't fall right for us. We didn't make any real mistakes as far as I was concerned. They didn't improve the play when they got behind. It just happened, you know, these things happen.
Bobby Charlton played on for his club until 1973, by which time he'd played 758 times, scoring 249 goals.
He was one of the greatest players we've ever produced. And I think scoring 49 goals in 106 games for England at the top level of world football is fantastic. I think people don't seem to recognise in many respects, the fact that he scored 1 goal in 2 games at top level.
After football, it did take some time before Bobby found the best role for him. He was player-manager at Preston North End for a while, and then he was involved in a number of initiatives which revolved around coaching football. Eventually, though, Charlton joined the board of directors at Old Trafford, and once again the combination of Bobby Charlton and Manchester United brought familiar success.
You can't go anywhere in the world without talking about Manchester and Bobby Charlton. They just go hand in hand. They were just made for one another, and he certainly upholds everything that's good about Manchester United now in his position as director.
Hard to believe that terrible poker player has become one of the top diplomats in football. Happy Harry Bobby Charlton, the worst poker player ever I've seen in my life.
Happy Harry, though, became Sir Bobby Charlton, a British sporting icon and ambassador.
I still love the game and I want to watch it, and the big